Looks like everything's going fantastic. Tanse everybody, oki, bonjour, hello, welcome to another fabulous Tuesday. Today is a special Tuesday because it is solstice, and I'm just really thankful and humbled for the year that I've had leading up into this point. I think it's really important, especially during solstice, to really reflect on the year we've had, but also to reflect on the year that we hope to have. It's really about honoring the learnings that we have had throughout the year, both the good and the bad. And then it's also about really reflecting on what we hope to see in the new year when the light comes back. Because of course, all of those learnings, we go in the winter within to really reflect, whether that be quietly or whether that be loudly, just to really honor the path that we've had thus far. And in the winter, it's that time of like not only just quiet reflection, but really that stillness. Sometimes we have to, relish in that stillness. We have to relish in that quiet and that cold, and really come back to lay that foundation for those seeds to sprout in the springtime. And so before we start today, I wanted to welcome everybody into the circle by sharing the Kree welcome song. Traditionally, when we sing songs, we sing in rounds of 4 to honor the 4 directions of the medicine wheel. This song is a little different though. We sing it in rounds of 3, and that's to keep the circle open and welcoming so everyone completes the circle today. Because again, in a circle, we're all connected. There's no beginning, there's no end. No one is greater or less than anyone else in this circle, just like in the hoop of life. So it teaches us to honor each other for those differences, because if everybody was exactly the same, the world would be boring and nothing would get done. So this song is really reflective of like welcoming everybody into the circle and coming into the circle without judgment, to really honor everybody's gifts and to really reflect on what those people mean to you. And so Mia Sin, which is the Kree welcome song, is from the Not the How family. So I thank that family for keeping the song and keeping the story behind it alive. This song has really been instrumental on for me really welcoming and setting a space and creating space for other people to, whether it be create drums together, rattles together, share songs and stories together, or just come together to be able to share in a good way for ceremony. This song is really just about honoring and welcoming all of the ancestors in and recognizing that we're all together. And so Mia Sin, which is the Kree welcome song, not only does it mean welcome, it also means beautiful. So I'm going to stand up to sing. Sorry. Got a little bit of a mess going on by my desk, so let me just move my drum bag out of the way before I push my chair out of the way. Mia Sin, Mia Sin, Semina, Semina, e peitakote, niwagomagan, hota, homa, kitaskino, Mia Sin, Mia Sin, Semina, Semina, e peitakote, niwagomagan, hota, homa, kitaskino, Mia Sin, Mia Sin, Semina, Semina, e peitakote, niwagomagan, hota, homa, kitaskino. welcome to the circle today, everybody. So I'm just really thankful and humbled to be here. I am Kree and Anishinaabe and Métis from Muskeg Lake Cree Nation, which is in Treaty 6 territory. And I think this time of year it's just really important to reflect on where you are and the steps that you have taken to really create community, to really honor your family, to really honor where we are and how we got here. So I've been in Mohkinstsis in Treaty 7 territory in Calgary for the better part of my life, actually, at least half my life. And I'm just really thankful and humbled every day I wake up. I think it's really important to come into the world with a sense of gratitude, to start every day with a sense of gratitude, because that really improves your life. It's reflecting on the things that we do have and not on the things that we don't have that really brings more abundance into our life, or at least helps us to recognize the abundance that we do have. And during solstice, I think that's the most important thing to do. It's really to reflect on the things that we do have, the things that we have to get us through the winter, all that we've done to make sure that we've been able to ensure those teachings to get us here. And it also teaches us that there's hope. So that's the one thing about solstice. It might be the darkest night of the year, but that means that, tomorrow it's going to be a little bit lighter. The next day it's going to be a little bit lighter. The next day it's going to be a little bit lighter. So it's really about reflecting within that darkness to give us hope for that year ahead, and to know that that sun is coming back. Many people will do different ceremonies to welcome back the sun, whether that be a pipe ceremony, whether it be writing things, your hopes, your dreams, things that you're letting go of, and things that you're attracting to yourself on paper, and then burning them, whether it be in a sacred fire, whether it be lighting them with a candle and burning them in your smudge bowl or on a plate. There are so many different things, and I think it's really important when we say ceremony is different things to different people. So sometimes creating your own ceremony, something that's really symbolic and meaningful to you, is so incredibly important to ground yourself, but also to create the things that you want in your life. Because when we look at ceremony, it shouldn't be rigid, it should be flexible depending on what you need in your life, especially if it's your own personal ceremony. There are certain ceremonies that there are a lot of protocols around that you have to do in certain ways, but for your own personal ceremony, you should be able to embrace many different teachings, many different traditions, to be able to create something and really reflect what you need in your life. And that's not to say you should appropriate other people's ceremonies, but it's honoring where those bits and pieces have come from and those teachers that you've had on your journey to create this moment for yourself. So yeah, that being said, I'm going to start by smudging. When we smudge, it's just to clear out energy. I have a lot of energy flying around my house right now. I find on solstice, I tend to move my furniture and to clean and my house is very unsettled right now because I have so much everywhere. But it's a good thing because it's about really refreshing that energy. So when the sun comes back, it's a whole new day, a whole new year ahead. So sometimes we would call this the new year because, well, it is. It's the new year because your sun is coming back finally. And so it's really about reflecting upon that. So I honor the 4 medicines. I always lay out my 4 medicines, whether I be using all of them or not. And so I have sweetgrass in the east. Again, these are just my teachings. And so if you have medicines in a different direction, that's fine. It's, again, whatever works for you. And so I have sweetgrass in the east for our mind. Ooh, I got all this fresh sweetgrass, and so my basement smells really, really good right now. I mean, it's all probably going to be gone by the end of the year because I have a lot of elders that I have to bring it to. But it's a gift to be able to have it. And so I honor the sweetgrass in the east for our mind, the power of fire, grandfather sun, who is starting to come back, and I'm very, very thankful for that. And the morning, the springtime, which is just around the corner now. And then I honor cedar in the south. That's that grounding ability, honoring our relationship with our bodies, honoring our relationship with the earth, and honoring our path, honoring our adolescence. But Mother Earth guides us. And even though she's sleeping right now, it's like she's storing those lessons up for us for the new year. We have sage. This beautiful bundle of sage that I was gifted. I'm really, really thankful for that. Sage, of course, being in the West, the women's medicine connection to water, which most of the water is frozen right now, but it teaches us that as that water thaws out, life begins again. And so to really honor that water that's within us, our heart medicine, the women's medicine, Grandmother Moon, who was beautiful and super full over the weekend, and I'm really, really thankful for that inspiration and for that power. And I was making drums all weekend, and the drums, they all were so incredibly gorgeous and powerful. And so I was so, so thankful for that experience, for the people that I was making drums with. And so I honor sage. And this is what we will be smudging with today, is the sage. And then in the north we have tobacco. So this is pipe tobacco, which I use for ceremony, for drum opening ceremonies and whatnot. So tobacco is our spirit medicine. We don't take it into our bodies because it's not meant for us. It is connected to the air because we do burn it to be able to smudge with it, to be able to smudge it down our bodies, but we don't actually take it into our being because it disrespects that relationship that we have with Creator and with our own spirits. And so, yeah, that is tobacco. So I have my sage already pre-bundled, although I might add a little bit more just because. Awesome. Smells so good. Even my shell is clean. I ended up cleaning my shell because I wanted just like a fresh start to the year. And so I've been cleaning like a mad woman all day. There's a lot of sounds in my house right now. I'm not the only one cleaning. Everybody's cleaning their rooms. It's funny how that energy just takes over. So first I'm going to just smudge my hands to clean out anything that I'm carrying. I'm going to bring it over my body 4 times to honor the 4 directions in my body. Smudge my mind so I can think clearly and learn from every person that crosses my path. So I can be open-minded and never rigid with my thinking. Smudge my eyes so I can see the world in a whole new way. The solstice clears out that darkness and brings in the light. May my vision be clear, and may I see all of the beauty that surrounds me, including seeing the unseen. I smudge my ears so I can be open to hear all of the messages Creator sends me, to be able to hear the wind and the wisdom of it, to be able to hear the silence and the wisdom within it as well. But also to remember we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. I smudge my nose so I smell danger and nature and cookies. And to remember, even though there's not a lot of those blooming flowers and plants in the winter, there's still subtle smells and that crispness in the air that we really have to honor and respect because it teaches us a lot about what is happening around us in the air. Smudge my mouth so I speak only true and kind words that are helpful and benefit people. So my learnings are true and clear and kind. My girls are talking. I'm going to smudge my throat because I'm very thankful for my voice this lifetime, so I can continue to give voice to the voiceless throughout the year ahead. I smudge my lungs so I breathe good, clean air and honor the sacred breath that we all share. To honor that stillness of breath and that crispness in the air in the winter. Even though it's really hard on my lungs, I've been wheezing a lot because it had been so cold. Probably plus all the dust I'm kicking up is cleaning, but I'm going to smudge a little extra just for that lovely asthma that I have. I'm going to smudge my heart. So remember to be kind and compassionate and show unconditional love to my family, my friends, to all the people that cross my path. and all our relations. And that is the plants and the animals and the trees, the wind, the water, the earth, the stones, everything, all my relations. I smudge my stomach so all of the food that I eat this day will nourish my body. To pray for the abundance of people around the world that need it the most. I smudge my belly button because I'm very thankful for my spirit this lifetime, so I can continue to listen to my spirit, because that's where we're connected before we come into this world. That intuition is just our spirit yelling at us, or the Thunderbird yelling at us. And it's never wrong. Smudge my womanhood because I'm very thankful to be a woman and a mother in this time. As a two-spirit woman, I carry both that masculine and feminine within me, and I'm very thankful for those ceremonies that I carry as well. I smudge my shoulders and my back so I can carry all of the responsibilities that Creator has gifted me with grace and humility. I smudge my arms and my hands so I can continue to do the good work that Creator's put me here to do. I'm very thankful for the gifts that Creator has given me and for the path that it has brought me on and the people that I have helped along my way. I'm going to smudge my legs so I walk this red road in a good way. And I'm going to smudge my feet. So I honor Mother Earth and tread lightly upon her, honoring her with every step. Then if there's anywhere else in your body you need a little extra love, definitely give it there. I'm moving furniture, so my back's a little sore. And then anyone that you want to send that love and appreciation to, that healing to, anyone who needs abundance or needs healing at this time, really bring that to them. And when you're done, you say hi, or magwitch, or merci, or grazie, or however you say thank you in your language. I'm going to put my earrings back on now. And so I wanted to share a few songs. Specifically, the Women's Honor Song has come into my mind. Just because it's really about honoring that pulse of nature, that rhythm of nature, that connection that we have to Mother Earth, but also that sacred feminine that we have in each and every one of us. And so I'm going to sing Anageya, which is the Women's Honor Song. And this one is from Joan Henry, who's a Arapaho Cherokee. Definitely look her up on YouTube if you can. She is really, really lovely, and she's got some incredible songs. But this song just really resonated with me, and so I'm just really humbled and thankful that I can share it in a good way. So this is the Women's Honor Song, Anageya. Anageya, weha weha, weha no hey, weha weha, weha weha, Anageya, weha weha, weha no hey, weha weha, weha weha, the song that came through me. This song is called the Ancestral Bird Song. So this reminds me of the blue jay and just how the blue jay can communicate with all of the other birds. But it teaches us to really be aware and be open to communicate with everyone, to really listen to what others have to say, because we can learn a lot about ourselves by other people's stories. Because our stories are our ancestors speaking through us. And so when this song came through me, it was the voice of all of those birds just bringing forth our ancestors. And so this is why I had called it the Ancestral Bird Song, because that's exactly how it felt. I felt like I was surrounded by the ancestors and the birds were calling them in, and the birds had so many lessons for us. And so yes, this is the Ancestral Bird Song. To really let those birds call back the sun. the Strong Woman song, because every time I think of her, I think of this song. And so this song is an OG Kree song. This is, it was originally known as the Turtle Song. And the turtle was, well, I mean, you're carried on Mother Earth, which is Turtle Island, is the turtle's back. But the turtle teaches us about honoring the sacredness of the woman, because we have 28 days to represent the 28 ridges on the outside of a turtle's back. And then there's 13 bumps to represent the 13 moons in a year. The most recent moon that we just had was the cold moon. And so this moon always happens right before the solstice, or even on the solstice, to remind us that it is going to be the coldest. And to know that within this coldness, within this stillness, right before the darkest part, we have the biggest spirit. So it's also called Big Spirit Moon. But it's really, or sometimes it's called the blue moon, but I like to call it the blue moon because it's not really blue. I mean, sometimes I guess the sky's blue, but whatever. But it's really just about acknowledging that, you know, it's always darkest before the dawn. I know that's kind of cliche, but it's very true that even though it's going to be very, very dark, this day being solstice, and even though it is the brightest moon in the darkest sky, it just reminds us to just continue on. Just like that moon reflects the sun, we need to really reflect deeply inside ourselves during the cold moon to really honor the path ahead of us. And so, yes, this is the Strong Woman song, also known as the Turtle Song. And when I sing it with heartbeat, because that's that women's beat. That's the heartbeat of Mother Earth that connects each and every one of us. It is the drum, because that's the heartbeat of Mother Earth. It's a women's beat, it's an honor beat, and it's a healing beat. But it also gives us strength. And so this is the Strong Woman song. So I'm going to share another women's song. It seems to be the theme today. I always say whatever's meant to be shared will be shared. And so even if you don't tune in live, there's always so many different ones that I've archived, that I've saved. So you can kind of pick and choose, and whatever messages are meant for you that day, so be it. So this song is the mother song. I'd heard it, actually a friend of it shared it with me, and she's like, this is the mother song, and so we did a song exchange. I taught her a song and she taught me a song, and I love that because that's it's all about reciprocation, right? It's always that giving and taking at the same time, and so it was just a gift to be able to share with her and her with it. I've been cleaning all day, so I'm a little tired. Oh, sending all my love to you, girl. I wish we could have hung out when you were in town, Steph. I was at a meeting, but yeah, this is the mother song, and the mother teaches us about really honoring the mothers in our lives, those people who nurture us. This song is dedicated to all of those mothers who have lost their children. It's to the mothers that didn't get a chance to be mothers because of the residential school system taking away our children, or the 60s scoop, or residential school 2.0, which is the foster care system. And so this is really about honoring and acknowledging that even though we might be far apart, they're in our heart. Our children are in our heart. Our parents are in our heart, and we nurture each other and we build each other up. And so, yeah, this is the mother song. And in it, you can hear the mother calling out, and her children go further and further and further away, but that love is still there for them, no matter what. introduction. So this story is about finding your spirit, and about where our spirit lies. Well, sort of. So it's about really. So before we were created, Creator came to all of the animals, who all knew their path. They all knew what they were going to teach us when they got here, and so he was telling them about us and saying, you know, they aren't going to know how to live on the land. They aren't going to have fur to keep them warm. They aren't going to have a really defined path for themselves, and so each of them will be unique in their own way, and we'll learn so much from all of you, talking to the animals. And it will be your job to teach them, but also they will have a path that they have to find for themselves. And I just need a place for them to hide it from them, because I want them to work for it. I don't want them to just get it. I want them to be able to work for it, and also so somebody else wouldn't find someone else's path. And so all of the animals were kind of thinking, okay, well, these two-leggeds, well, how are they, well, where can we hide them? And so the mountain goat said, well, what about up in the mountains? If we put them up in the tallest mountain, they won't be able to reach them. And Creator thought, oh, that's a really good idea, but unfortunately, one day they will be able to climb all the way to the top of the mountain, and so that's not a really good hiding spot, because they're going to find somebody else's path if you do that. I'm like, okay. And so all of the animals thought again and thought again and thought again. And the beaver said, well, what about at the bottom of the lake? And Creator said, no, they'll be able to reach the bottom of the lake quite easily. And they thought, wow, these two-leggeds are pretty clever. And then the turtle said, what about at the bottom of the ocean? Because that's so deep, I don't think anyone will be able to reach it. Barely any of us animals who don't live down there will be able to reach it. And Creator said, no, one day they're going to create great machines and they will be able to reach into the bottom of the ocean. And all of the animals were amazed. And they thought, well, what else could we do? And so the mole showed up and said, well, Creator, why don't we just bury their purpose, their spirits under the ground? Because if we bury them, they won't be able to find them. And Creator shook their head and said, no, unfortunately, one day they will be able to dig far beneath the soil and break deep into the earth's heart to be able to find different things, minerals, rocks, but also their spirits. So the mole said, well, that wouldn't be a very good idea. And so all of the animals started thinking again and again and again. And McGeezy, the owl, or the owl, the eagle was soaring above, and he came down and he said, Creator, what about up in the air? If the spirits are up in the air, and they won't have wings, so how are they going to catch them? So that's the perfect place to hide them, Creator, up in the air. And Creator shook their head again and said, no, unfortunately, McGeezy, one day they will be able to soar in the sky like birds, even without wings, because they will make these incredible machines, and they will easily be able to reach the sky and find other people's spirits. And so, oh my goodness, all of the animals started thinking, okay, well, if we couldn't bury it and we couldn't put it at the bottom of the ocean or a lake or at the top of a mountain or in the air, where could we put it? And the owl came down and said, woohoo, what about on Grandmother Moon? If it's on Grandmother Moon, they won't be able to reach it, but we'll still be able to see them reflecting down upon us. And Creator said, no, one day these very creative two-leggeds will be able to reach the moon. And all of the animals were amazed. He said, we can't even reach the moon, Creator. These two-leggeds sound incredible. But where on earth are we going, or off of Earth, are we going to hide their spirits so that they can access them, but not touch somebody else's? So all of the animals were beside themselves, and Creator couldn't even think of a solution. And then there was a tiny little squeak and a tiny little voice of Mother Mouse. And Mother Mouse said, Creator, I know the perfect spot to hide their spirits, to hide their purpose. And Creator said, oh, little mouse, what insight do you have? And the mouse very humbly said, Creator, let's hide their spirits. Let's hide their purpose within themselves, because then they have to work very, very hard to uncover it, and no one else but them will be able to find it. And all of the animals were amazed at the quiet wisdom that the little mouse had and said, of course, of course. Oh, mouse, you've done it. And from that point on, Creator hid each of our purposes, each of our spirits within ourselves, so that we were the only ones to be able to uncover it, find it, and bring it to the surface. And so that is how we got our spirits, and how the mouse gave us a little bit of insight into that. And so I wanted to share the Creator Song because I was thinking about that a lot. Sometimes in the darkness in the winter and solstice, we forget that there's going to be so much growth in the year ahead. And it gives us that moment to really reflect and be thankful for the growth that's around us, for, you know, our spirits that are within us, but also to give thanks to those plants and those animals. Sometimes we need to reflect on them. Sometimes we need that silence of the winter to be able to truly appreciate that growth that happens throughout the spring and the summer. And so, yeah, this is the Creator Song. It teaches us that we're part of creation. We're not above it. We're not below it. We're part of it. We're within that circle. And as soon as we think that we're above it, that's when imbalance happens. So it teaches us really to be humble, to honor and reflect upon all of the teachings of the plants and the animals, because they were here for a purpose to teach us. And when we lose, you know, an animal, when we lose a plant, as many animals have been driven to the brink of extinction, or have gone extinct, we've lost all of that knowledge. We've lost all of those teachings. And we need to really, especially now, this time of year, reflect and be thankful for those animals and learn from them before they're gone, or at least save them so we don't have to worry about them disappearing. Now more than ever, we need to reflect on what our role is, because we all have a responsibility and a relationship to the land itself and to each other. And so it's really about acknowledging that, and acknowledging our place within community. And so this is the Creator Song. Whoops, that was awkward. This song was gifted to me from a friend of mine, Night Sun, and I always am so thankful for her bringing this song forward. We did a song exchange for this as well, and when I learned it, it just came to me right away. I was like so quick to learn it, like it knew me. I always say there's certain songs that just know you. And when I brought it back and sang and drummed it with my great aunt, she was like singing with me. Auntie, you know this song? She's like, how do you know this song? This is our old family song. We thought it was lost. And so whenever you're on the right path, whenever you're walking your truth and honoring your place in community and honoring the relationship and responsibilities that you have within community, that's truly when, you know, your path unfolds in front of you. And so this is the Creator Song, which is also part of my path. Also, I wanted to bring attention to the beautiful, beautiful paintings behind me. I'm going to put up a chart. I'm going to post them. But behind me, I have all of these gorgeous, gorgeous paintings by Sam Bigetti. So we're doing a draw. It's $10 a ticket, and I'll sell as many tickets as possible. But the middle big, big, big painting, it's quite large. So my drum is 18 inches. So it is, it's probably about 26, almost 24, 26 inches. It's quite large. But it's got beautiful two wolves and just gorgeous background. I love that it has both that kind of coolie, lakey area and then also the mountains. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's teepees in the mountains and it's just beautiful. And then on this side, the lesson is humility, and we have the wolf, which teaches us humility. It's just beautiful. I love the birch trees in the back. He just always does really amazing birch trees, and I'm kind of partial to birch. And so I'm just really, really thankful for Sam Bigetti for creating these. And then on the other side, we have Change, which is that beautiful butterfly with other little butterflies in it. But it's just he's just so talented. I kind of like secretly want to keep them. So, but it's for charity. So please do, you know, if you want to buy some tickets, just shoot me a PM or shoot me a text, 403-404-7664, or shoot me an e-transfer with the numbers that you want, or actually just, yeah, send them, and I'm going to probably just assign them randomly. But you have until the 23rd. I'm going to do the draw on the 23rd in the evening, and then, oh, wait, that's 2 days from now. Thursday. What's Thursday? Thursday, 2 days from now. Yes. But if we don't sell enough tickets, then we're just going to start the pool and continue, and so I'll reimburse you. But yeah, hopefully we'll get enough to kind of cover the costs of the paintings, as well as bring the medicine person down to do the work that we need to do here in Mohkinstsis. And so again, we're going to do 3 draws. So the first draw will have your choice of painting. You're probably going to want to choose the big one. The second draw will have the choice of whichever 2 are left, and then the third draw, you get that last painting. And so best of luck. Please do send me a message, and good luck. So yeah, the Thunderbird Song. So the Thunderbird is really about honoring change, which I mean, it makes sense with the with this beautiful change one. But the Thunderbird teaches us that everything happens for a reason. And sometimes if we're making the same mistakes over and over and over and over again, the Thunderbird's going to get fed up and kick us in the butt and put us on the right path. And that really has happened to me many times in my life. And so I've stopped making the same mistakes. And I think we have this, I don't know, it's like an ingrained social anxiety about if things are going too easy, there's something wrong. But you know what? If things are going good, if things are going easy, chances are you're on the right path. And so let's get out of that stigma of things being good, which means something's wrong, and things being good, which means something's right. And so just continue on your path, keep giving back to community, keep following your bliss, following your path, following your gifts that Creator's given you, and the Thunderbird will help guide you on that path. But if you're not on the right path, the Thunderbird won't approve, and it'll keep making things more and more difficult. It'll keep throwing those pylons, if you will, and that, all of those obstacles in your way, until you do rethink things and go back on the path that you're supposed to be on. And so, yeah, this is the Thunderbird Song for something that has so much meaning. It actually is quite short. teachings of the Thunderbird is, sometimes life is a little messy, but when you realize that all of those teachings have happened for a reason, all of that awkwardness, all of that hardship that you've had to endure has made you the strong person that you are and really created the path that you have in front of you. It's a gift. And as soon as you recognize it as a gift and you're grateful for those teachings and those learnings, and you recognize that you can't go back to fix everything, it just makes it easier to accept and move forward, and be thankful. And so I want to share the last song with you, and then I'm going to go continue cleaning my house and do a little bit of a ceremony with my kids tonight. Yeah, so part of my ceremony is cleaning. For solstice. It's like the weirdest thing. It's like both the solstices I clean. And it was just because you can feel that energy is just bubbling up and it just wants to be reborn. So this is why it's the best to like move your furniture and then do a little bit of a ceremony. So that's where I'm at. But this song that I'm going to share with you is my closing song, and to say thank you and say goodbye for the year ahead. I'll probably be back next week. He can't keep me down. And before the Gregorian New Year. So this song is the traveling song. It's so that if you choose to travel, please be safe this holiday season. I know there's a lot of fear out there and there's a lot of worry and the roads aren't the best because of course snow, but it's really about the path that is unfolding in front of you and recognizing that all roads are going to lead to home, and home is where you make it, community is where you make it. So even though I have not been born here in Treaty 7, my family's not from Treaty 7, this is my home now, and I'm so thankful and humbled to be here, and I honor the teachings of this land, and I honor the elders that I know from here and the elders that I know that aren't from here that are here now. But it's just recognizing that sense of community and the path that leads us together, recognizing that the path is not a linear one. There's not an end. It's just always a progressive path, and it's not the destination. It is the journey. Now that sounds very cliche, but it's very true. And so this song I had learned originally from my elder Sharon Prue Turner, and I've been thinking about her a lot this time of year, especially with like that silence of the stillness of the full moon and the stillness of solstice, and this is always said when star people come out the most is when it's the darkest, but star people aren't something to be afraid of. They're something to be embraced because they're our family, just like all of the plants and the animals and the trees and the stones, everything. And so this teaches us about our path with it. So I'm actually going to sing this for 5 rounds as opposed to 4, to honor Sharon and to honor the star people that will be with us for this coming year. So this is the traveling song, and thank you to Yolanda and Ashley for bringing it home. much, and it's good to see beautiful people commenting and seeing your beautiful bubble faces. But hi again, everyone, for joining me. I will see you next week on Tuesday, and yeah, I'm just really thankful and humbled, and I love you too, my sister. I will see you soon, I hope. But sending my love and appreciation and healing out to everyone for this season. I know sometimes the season is one of the hardest, just because should be about families and coming together and that quiet reflection, and it's really just about being gentle with yourself. Throughout the winter, we need to be gentle with ourselves, and know that in the spring it'll bring new opportunities, new life. But now is the time to reflect and to heal and to go within, to make ourselves better and to make the world better, to bring our purpose forward. And so, hi everyone, Miigwech, love you all, and I will see you next week. Bye.